On the count of 3, let's say 13 colonies. I will get out of the picture.
1, 2, 3.
13 colonies!
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to our 5th grade musical performance of 13 Colonies. I'm your music director for the evening, or rather for the whole school year. My name is Michaela Johnson, and we put together this performance based on curriculum. The students have been learning about the 13 colonies, George Washington, Ben Franklin, many other important characters that you're going to find out a little bit about this evening. So, are we ready? Let's take it away.
Let's take a closer look at some of these new European explorers.
I see a tour guide coming our way. Isn't it exciting?
Programs, get your programs right here. Charts of hidden treasures, guide to the Everglades. Right here, directions to cities built of gold, maps to the houses of stars. Programs, get your programs. Hey you, wait, I'm George Washington, first president of the United States. Welcome, Mr. POTUS. Wanna buy a map to a city paved with diamonds and rubies? Do you think I'm some dumb tourist? Why, I've chopped down cherry trees in these here lands that are bigger than you. Do you have a map of the 13 colonies? Those are very hard to come by. Let me look. Oh, you're in luck. I have one left. You do? I'll take it. That'll be a pound of gold. And you're in luck as we're starting our Name That Colony game show right now. Take your seats, Mr. POTUS and Mrs. POTUS.
Colonies of Hampshire, York, and Jersey are quite new. We're well aware that Delaware is something special too. Maryland's a Maryland I never leave behind. Connecticut is cool and Georgia's always on my mind. Jamestown, Virginia, that's where it all began. The Carolinas, so warm we got a tan. But now is my land, it's so tiny and so cute. Pennsylvania's perfect, Massachusetts is a beaut. These 13 colonies are all we need for pioneers. I doubt we'll need another one for several hundred years.
Welcome to Name That Colony, the quiz show that tests your knowledge of colonial trivia. Tonight's contestants are Betsy Ross, one of the creators of our flag, Betsy Cowles, a strong advocate for women's rights to vote, and Buster Davis, your run-of-the-mill country volunteer. Ready? Here we go. Here's our first question. The 13th colony was established in 1732. Which one was it?
Well, I did create the flag for the 13 colonies, but I really can't remember. I told him to use green, gold, and purple for the flag's color. So much more festive.
How can that question be important when we are fighting for women's suffrage? You should be asking the question, what state allowed women to vote first?
Idaho.
interesting answers. However, none of those were correct. The name of the 13th colony established in 1732 is Georgia. Mr. Davis, why would you say Idaho?
You see, I really like potatoes, and they got great ones in Idaho. You can make so many things with potatoes.
Well, I'm sure they do, and I'm sure they have, but you only have 2 questions left. So try to concentrate. The first colony to decree religious toleration was...
Oops, everyone stand still. I dropped my needle on the stage. Now where could it be?
Women should vote. Women should vote.
Let's see. How about Idaho?
No! Those are not the correct answers. Are you sure you understand the point of our game? Name that colony, get it, think of some place near the East Coast.
I have okay potatoes on the East Coast, but you can't go wrong with the good Idaho potato. You can mash them, boil them, and stick them in a stew. Even smear them with a little chocolate and whipped cream in.
Ooh, that reminds me of this beautiful flag I was sewing. And one of my little ones came right in with chocolate on his fingers and smudged the material.
I agree with you. Just because women can't have children doesn't mean they can't take the time to vote.
Thank you. The correct answer to our question, the first colony to decree religious toleration is Maryland. Okay, time for our last question. I'd really like to see you guys get this one. Okay, here we go. Ready? Name the colony founded as a refugee for Quakers, led by William Penn in Philadelphia, charted in 1682 between New York and Maryland. Got the answer?
No, it wasn't Philly who started it. Massachusetts was the start of women's right to vote.
You know, those Quakers can sew really beautiful quilts.
I think it's Idaho.
No, no, and no! Are you listening?
What?
Is it lunchtime? Protesting makes me hungry.
Yeah, I could really go for some potatoes right now.
Forget it, I give up.
Thank you. It's great to be back. What a super audience. You know, Martha, I always say that San Jose audiences are the best in the world.
Oh, absolutely. Your smile looks wonderful, George. It's amazing what they can do with dental work these days. The last pair were so bad, people thought they were made of wood.
Yeah, now they have dentures without splinters. Modern marvels, Martha. I thought I'd introduce you to one of our most famous men of the 18th century. Benjamin Franklin is perhaps... Who are you?
We're the history police.
The History Police? I don't believe I'm familiar with your organization.
That's right, ma'am. History Police. We're here to see that you don't mess around with history.
We enforce the facts of history, and we just clocked the 2 of you going pretty fast there a minute ago. Pretty fast. 150 years of American history in 5 minutes. Way over the speed limit.
You flew right past the development of 13 colonies. 1 minute we're on the frontier, the next we've got all 13 firmly established.
We only have 25 minutes to get through
And
the...
now you're suddenly introducing Ben Franklin? Have you no respect for the flow of history?
I'm sorry, but...
But we like you. We're gonna let you off with a warning this time.
This time. But you'd better slow down. Explain to your audience what's going on. We won't go easy on you next time.
We're very lucky, George. I had no idea.
Oh, here he comes now. Ben Franklin, could you stop for a minute?
A penny saves, a penny earned.
Sure, Ben, but I was wondering if...
You made a way, but time will not.
Ben, could you stop for a minute to talk?
No, early to bed, early to rise makes a man healthy, wealthy, and wise.
I've got my work, I've got success. I've got my little printing press. I've got Voyager's almanac to publish too. My accent's low, the
are getting exciting now. We're in Boston in 1773.
Hold it right there.
They history police again?
You're a troublemaker, aren't you, Mr. Washington?
Having a little fun with the French and Indian War, are we? Well, history is not about fun, Mr. Washington. No, sirree.
No, sirree. Where's the facts, the dates, the family trees? You've got to explain things.
Yeah, Mr. Washington, we're not going to warn you again.
Yes, well, here we are again on Boston on a cold night in December in 1773. The colonists are not happy with British rule.
Cokes, get your Cokes right here. Pepsi, Pepsi Cola, ice cold Pepsi right here.
Wait a minute, I'll take one of those.
Say, aren't you Samuel Adams?
Yes, indeed I am, and this is my cousin John Adams and his wife Abigail Adams. She's holding little John Quincy Adams.
So you're the Adams family.
Yes, we are.
Then where's Uncle Fester? Where's Wednesday?
Excuse me, I believe it's Tuesday today.
And since when did upper crust colonists like yourself start drinking sodas and stop drinking tea? All of those bubbles come right back up again after you drink soda. And I thought you prim and polished types like yourselves don't believe in belching.
Belching? What's belching?
You want me to show you?
No, sir. Ever since the colonists back in England put a tax on all... Ever since the Parliament back in England put a tax on all imported tea, we've switched to soda. We're going to show the British that they can't get away with it.
Bang on the drums, blow on the trumpets, get out some cups, bring out some crumpets. Where is the tea? We should be drinking 300 chests, see them all sinking. One lump or two. How do you take your tea? Just one way will do at the bottom of the sea. Tyranny's here with this taxation when we don't have representation. Pick up a bell. It's time to ring it. Pick up some tea. It's time to fling it. One lump or two. How do you take your tea? Just one way will do at the bottom of the sea. One lump or two. How do you take your tea? Just one way will do at the bottom of the sea.
Look, George, it's Henry Wadsworth Longfellow and Sybil Ludington. Looks like Longfellow is working on a poem.
This is a special moment, Martha. Longfellow is trying to write an epic poem about Sybil.
Okay, that's it. Cuff 'em.
What did I do now?
What did you do? You skipped the whole beginning of the Revolutionary War.
Here we are in the middle of the colonists' fight for freedom from British rule. You can't just start in the middle.
Where's your narrative sense? The beginning, then the middle, then the end.
And now you're in 1777. You got a little-known Revolutionary War hero in Sybil Ludington talking to a great American poet, Longfellow.
And he wasn't even born until 30 years later. Book him, Dano.
But it's dramatic license. I'm the president. Where's the Secret Service?
They haven't been invented yet. You want to jump ahead to them and you're looking at 5 years without parole.
But Longfellow's right there talking to Sybil Ludington. Listen, my children, and you shall learn a ton of the midnight ride of Sybil Luddington. I don't know, Sybil. It doesn't sound good.
But I deserve a little recognition, Hank. I did everything Paul Revere did, and in a skirt.
I know, but your name just doesn't flow. Besides, Paul Revere went on his famous ride first.
But that was in Massachusetts. They get credit for everything. I rode to warn the militia in New York. Think how much more dangerous that can be. In a skirt.
Okay, how about, listen, my children, and you shall know the one of the midnight ride of Sybil Luddington. No, that's even worse.
But shouldn't people know about me too?
Of course, but your name doesn't rhyme with anything. Think of Revere. There's so many possibilities. Year, clear, career, hemisphere.
But I was just a teenage girl. That's something, isn't it? Did I mention I was wearing a skirt? Let's see old Paul de Revere wear a skirt on a horse.
That would be a kilt and would not rhyme with Revere.
Oh, I'll never be famous.
Well, it's all over, and I've been elected, and the colonists have sent the British packing. I've been elected this country's first president, and my first act is to arrest these two history police for being a public nuisance.
I only regret that I have but one life to lose for historical accuracy.
The president isn't going to execute us.
He isn't?
No!
Any of that?
With a solid constitution, this new country will get off to a flying start. Let's end our review of the 13 colonies with a chat with James Madison, the man behind the Constitution.
You know, I thought the Constitution was perfect, but I've got to admit, this Bill of Rights adds just the right touch. So come on, George, Martha, let's do this.
Do what?
Let's boogie with the Bill of Rights.
We got freedom of religion. We can choose how we pray. We got freedom of assembly, so assemble away. Stop a trial, line a jury. Got to do it in a hurry. Come on, come on. Boogie with the Bill of Rights. It's the Bill of Rights, so it can't be wrong. We will amend to 10 and then dance along.
On, bust a move.
and